we're going to talk a lot more
Mm.
about the reason why that Villa game got moved, which is an absolute shellacking of Tottenham Hotspur in the League Cup second leg. So I'll just run through the lineup quickly. Um, it was pretty much full strength, wasn't it? It was the first team, with the exception of Nunes.
Kev was in that. Kev was in that as well.
Alisson was given the night off.
Yeah.
And Nunes came in for Diaz, and obviously Trent was still out, and I know well, Mac was given the night off as well. Jones started,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but a very, very strong team, and it was pretty much the first choice back four, considering that Trent is out as well. So, yeah,
Yeah.
and right from the start, Barts, this was incredibly dominant performance, and it was. We broke it open later on with the chances and the shots piling up. It wasn't so fluid at the start in terms of just racking up shots, but off the ball, we kept that level for the whole 98 minutes, and we penned Spurs in. They couldn't get out. Our off-ball work was incredible. The midfield three were just sensational, and the number of times we won the ball back and penned Spurs in on their third, it was a masterclass. This game was an absolute masterful performance.
It was. It was truly dominant performer. It was kind of, I don't know. I listened around some of the pods and on other suppliers, but they were like it was expected, and also it didn't flatter us. Actually, 4-0 flattered Spurs. It was that dominant performance. But from the off, we get a shot very early on, like first shots in 6 minutes. But before that, BBD's already told Richarlison that you're not having a game today, and pretty much puts him out of the game. You know what I mean? He has a whatever you want to call about it, but he has an altercation with him, and that's
Yeah.
him. He's not really an entity in the game. So, but it was extremely dominant for that very early on, considering we've been. Is it fair to say a slow starting side? Is that fair? I think that's
Sometimes, some of
probably
that, yes. Some of the games this season, that's been a frequent accusation about the team that we've been
yeah.
slow starters. Yeah,
But actually, this game was straight out. First 15 were exceptional in a 60-40 possession, with Phil Till at 93 to 93% in our favour, which is incredible for a 15-minute period if you think about it. I think they had kick-off as well, so that gives you an idea about how dominant we were. Only two shots, which is fine, and throw conversion was a little bit down at 25%. But no, I think that initial opening period kind of set the tone. Everyone was doing their jobs. Van Dijk was ultra aggressive. He was front foot. You know when he goes front foot defending,
yeah,
nipping the ball in front of a player, and he was doing that time and time again, and not letting Tottenham have that out ball into the front player, whoever it was. He
yeah,
was like, bang, no, you're not having this. We're playing from there. Uh, and then let Kanate kind of deal with Son over the far side and sweep a bit because BVD was just being ultra aggressive. And I thought the other thing that was interesting was our fullbacks for that period were narrower, if you know what I mean. They were making runs, but off the
yeah,
ball they were narrow. So we kind of shuttled their space down that they could play in between, and then we were really aggressive with them whenever they got any possession whatsoever. So it meant we were able to recycle possession quite high up, which is why the field tilt's that high,
yeah,
and we were just slowly able to pick, try and find the pass, try and find the ball, do the slot kind of right, make the right opportunity rather than just make an opportunity. And yeah, it was. I think it was good 20 minutes of real good sustained pressure. Probably unlucky not to score. I think Cody had a chance on 22. Someone or other couldn't get his feet sorted out.
yeah.
But I think it was a header in there as well from Darwin. So yeah, it was a good. I thought it was as good as opening as you would see from us this season. I know it's the League Cup, but let's be honest, these two sides were this Tottenham versus Liverpool, wasn't it? And we put the first team out. So yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
a very good
So
opening period for us.
yeah, Szoboszlai had 9 recoveries and 12 duels. Jones had um 10 duels and 3 recoveries, and Gravenberg had 7 recoveries and 6 duels. Yeah, it was that midfield three really. laid the foundation for this game, because it allowed the defense to stay high and compress the pitch, and it also supported the attack fantastically.
Yeah, yeah. I think and that's where I think that was a smart selection from Slot. He went with CJ and Dom, who are both
Yeah.
not as clever on the ball as Mac, but they give you
Nope.
that physicality. We basically ran all over them. We
Yeah.
basically, can you match our intensity as a three? Because Grab as well was playing a little bit higher than he should have done. Not should have done the wrong word. He was given license to play a little bit higher. If you look in the past maps, the triangle is on the edge of zone 14, which we haven't seen. There's normally one of them
Yeah.
deeper or Max deeper and double pivot. So he went with a really mobile, high aggressive middle three.
Yeah.
And they didn't let him down. They just absolutely dominated Tottenham's midfield through and didn't get them on the ball, really, which is what you've got to do. You stop the ball at source. You don't feed the fast players out wide. You don't get exposed in the wide areas. So, yeah, it was clever from Slot. Very good tactical tweak as well.
Have you ever seen a player have more than a midfield player have 5 shots or more, 5 chances created or more, half an XG or more, and half an XA or more in the same match? That is super rare, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That
definitely,
was what
definitely.
Szoboszlai did in this game. 5 shots, 5 chances
Yeah,
created, 0.56 expected, and 0.51
yeah.
assists.
It's just
That's just ridiculous.
it's a great. Plus the fact, I mean, his receiving was really good as well. Because he's quite hard to pitch. He received it over
Yeah,
90%.
yeah,
Didn't give it away. You know,
90% passing.
yeah, you just think that's really good. And then off the ball, I think you already said his duel rate was decent,
Yeah,
55. Yeah,
but
everyone's a little
it was
bit
the
lower,
volume he
but
was in and the recovery he was in. It was constantly nicking
yeah,
the ball and off Spurs players. Well, the pressing was just it's such a shame we didn't have the pressing really for this, but
yeah, I
yeah,
know. But
it would have been
he had
crazy numbers. It
nine
would have
penalty
been.
box touches. Nine
Yeah,
penalty box touches for Dom. I mean,
yeah,
that's just. I
yeah,
know Cody had 10 and he's a forward. So
yeah,
it gives you an idea about a Dom's rock, you know. So no, I think you're right. I thought Dom was I think early season people would say he's doing brilliant stuff off the ball, but he's
yeah,
not putting it together on the ball. I think he's now starting to get the
yeah,
synchronicity, arriving at the right time. He's getting his shots off now, whereas he wasn't
yeah,
before. And this must be second. There's a couple of games now he's popped up with a key contribution, a key assist or a goal
yeah.
when we needed it to put it on the line. So yeah, I thought this was a very good performance from
I think it was the
Dom.
league game at Tottenham which really gave him lift off in terms of
Yeah,
his output. So he had a few good games before that, obviously, but in terms of actually getting real output and translating it, that was from that game onwards. So the last month, last 6 weeks, it's just been in tremendous form.
yeah,
But before we
definitely.
go any further, let's do that match summary, Barts, because it is a joyous one.
Definitely. I mean, top line, I've already given you a few, but overall finish 60-40 possession, touches 780 to their 533, which is an incredibly dominant position to be in. Penalty box touches 54-9. I mean, that is. I think did Rosie say that's just not nice? That's just not nice, or
It's
something like
just a
that after the
shellacking,
game.
yeah.
It's just an absolute shellacking. Total shots 26-5, field tilt 78-22 or 23, something like that. Shots on target 10-0. It's just that's
Oh,
incredible. We had four shots in their 6-yard box, 24 in their penalty box. So
24 in
24
the
out of about
box.
24 out of
Madness.
26 were in the penalty box.
That's
It's
madness.
just crazy. 4-0. Obviously, big chances 5-0. So that's a good return from us. Threat conversion over 100%, which is what we want, and we kept theirs down to below 40. Again, what we want.
This is, by the way,
Um,
this is a bit of an old. This is going a bit retro.
Right, the Reds, it's Jack here, and that was a clip from one of Anfield Index's audio podcasts. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to keep up to date on all things LFC. We record around 100 audio podcasts every month, with our shows featuring match-going fans, top journalists, professional analysts, and even Liverpool legends along the way. With the Great Dane himself, Jan Molby, joining us every single week. If you want to listen to all our podcasts for free, head over to anfieldindex.com/podcasts. Our audio shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Anfield Index. Or if you prefer to listen to all our podcasts in full and without any ads, why not head over to AI Pro today to check it out now at AnfieldIndexPro.com. If you want to get involved in the great growing community of Liverpool fans, check out the Anfield Index Discord. The link is in the description. Do get involved with that, from Reds around every corner of the globe. For now, Reds, hope you enjoyed this video.